Hello and welcome to another episode of our From the Helm series live here at the beautiful Gold Coast for the Resources Rising Stars Conference this 2025. I'm Grady Wulff, Senior Market Analyst with Bell Direct. Develop Global is engaged in exploration and development of base metal and mining services in a really unique hybrid style mining organisation with key assets in the Woodlawn and Sulphur Spring projects among others. Today I'm thrilled to be joined again by Bill Beament, the Managing Director of Develop Global, a very familiar face today. Bill, for our investors who may not be familiar with Develop Global or what you've been up to lately, can you tell us about the company and what the last 12 months has looked like?
Yeah, well, thanks, Grady. It's been a very busy 12 months, but yeah, we've got a unique business model. We've got a sort of hybrid sort of mineral resources type model where we own mines in energy transition metals like copper and base metals and lithium. And also we do underground mining services. So we help people build their underground mines. And obviously throw it all in the mix. It's quite a unique skill set and enables us to execute our own assets, get some cash flow capability and culture with our mining services division.
Absolutely. Now, mining services obviously funds the runway for you to explore and do your own assets, but Woodlawn has really risen to the top of a lot of investors' attention this year. Tell us why Woodlawn is so compelling and what the latest update is at the asset.
Yeah, look, we obviously picked the asset really cheaply out of administration. It was built brand new, so it needed some fine tuning and upgrading, and we finished all that work in April. So we upgraded the processing plant. We put a lot of money into the underground, getting capital development in, drilling, mine life extensions and a mine plan with a 10-year plan on it. And then financed that at the end of last year and kicked off that refurb late last year, early this year. And now it's full commissioning is well advanced. The processing side is well advanced. The mine is now starting to produce, and we're ramping up until the end of this calendar year and we're steady state from start of next year. So it's pretty busy at the moment.
It's exactly what investors want to hear, especially being in production and on the ground running. Now, Develop, you did raise $180 million in June. Why was that?
We want to bring forward the value creation in this business. I could see with the asset base that we got, where Woodlawn's going, because Woodlawn, when it's steady state, produces probably 150, 160 mil free cash flow a year. And that's coming, but like I wanted to bring our Sulphur Springs project forward and other areas in growth in mine lives, which we know will translate if I build 8 and 10-year mine lives out to 15. Like 2 of my peers just got taken out for $2 billion each with 15-year mine plans.
Huge.
So I know the value creation. I've got 2 assets that I can get 15-year mine lives. So bring forward that value creation, accelerate Sulphur Springs, which we are doing now. So that's off and running. We'll be cutting portals for an underground the next 2 to 4 weeks. So we've leveled the surface out and we're off and running on our second asset and got a big DFS coming out next quarter. So watch this space. I think there'll be good numbers. Yeah,
and so what else is on the horizon for catalysts over the next 12 months and near-term outlook for the company?
Yeah, look, obviously demonstrate, ramp up of Woodlawn is really important. I think inside Woodlawn, you're going to start seeing us, expand the mine life. We're drilling already. We've got a second rig rocking up. So I think we'll grow the mine life in Woodlawn really quickly. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. There, it's amazing. And also we start drilling the satellite mine that used to feed the historical plant. That starts in November, and and that was an amazing deposit, richer than Woodlawn. And it's got no historical drilling underneath existing mine levels. So
there could be.
So I think that's
absolutely massive
and
amounts
you
there.
Get a hit there of 10 metres at 5% copper equivalent. You could add 100 mil to your market cap pretty quickly.
And copper is definitely the place to be right now. It's such undersupply heading into the new years. So definitely the place to look for an investment opportunity is Develop Global. What are the long-term growth opportunities for Develop, especially Pioneer Lithium as well is on your horizon?
Yeah, look, obviously we've got an asset in lithium that we could turn into a mine in 3 or 4 months, literally. So it's shovel ready, do some grade control sterilisation drilling and off we go. So we can turn that quickly, and it's really hard to find these things permanent and get them to market. So we could be the first lithium deposit to market. If it turns and the commodity price goes up, but who knows when that is. But for us, more importantly, Grady, is the last 4 years we've been busy building capability, getting the asset base, getting everyone incentivised, getting the team, the culture right, and the platform built to be Australia's ASX preeminent copper and base metal company, and that's built. So I think the sector's amazing where it's going. The thematic is real. You emphasised today it takes 17 years to build a copper mine. Well, a lot of CEOs in the world don't want to spend 17 years because they only sit in the role for 6 years. So and then they want the non-exec role at BHP and Rio. And they're never going to put their reputation online for new builds. So I just can't see the supply coming.
Exactly.
So we will accumulate our assets, our DNA, and we'll be there to seize on the opportunities because we think we can fill the void of the next Sandfire on the ASX.
That's exactly what we need to hear for investors. Now, you often talk about partnership opportunities. What does this mean in the case of Develop?
Yeah, look, there's probably twofold here. There's capability and there's balance sheet, importantly. So there's some really good projects that we like. We like the people, we like the projects. We think that if we can deploy some capital and help them with a working capital position or bridge some funding, not a lot of money, but where we get the opportunity to get a profit share or an equity share and a mining services contract. And this is what Chris Ellison did extremely well with MinRes and built his base up.
Exactly.
So we're just taking the same approach on those assets, and we spot one of the DNA, we spot high quality assets way before the market.
Yeah.
And I did that in gold, did it in other sectors, and we know it works, and we'll use that capability to get equity shares and profit shares, but we've also got balance sheet where we can help, fund some stuff and bridge some gaps. And we've got those conversations happening behind the scenes now.
And how do you see the copper space playing out? We kind of briefly touched on the undersupply, but how do you see the price faring? Because it hasn't really matched yet just the demand upside and supply downside that we're going to see.
100%. That's the part why I changed commodities, is I can see a train crash coming.
Exactly.
And I was saying to someone out in the booth today is we need copper just as much as steel and iron ore.
Exactly.
So it's just as important for the building blocks of society moving forward, and I just can't see where it's coming.
Yeah.
We're pretty privileged. We've got some amazing relationships at the upper echelon in the copper game, and I know what the incentive price is. They tell me, and these are the people that control the market.
Yeah.
Like it's $6 to $6.50 US a pound.
And
That's
we're about
insane.
4, so
Correct.
that is insane.
So we've had these jumps, like gold's jumped 100% in 12 months.
It's ridiculous.
Iron ore years ago went from 20 to 180.
Yeah.
Lithium went from 500 US to 8,000. Copper hasn't had it.
And it's conservative saying $6 per pound because it's at 4 already. So, and everyone's talking this equilibrium is going to be so far disrupted.
Yeah, but you haven't woken up and had that
No.
50 or 100% jump in copper. It's just crazy. It's going to happen.
It has to happen.
Antimony, rare earths, it's all happening. It's copper hasn't had it, and we need it probably more than all of them.
And it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Bill, thank you so much for joining us today. We always love hearing from you at Develop Global, and I really hope you enjoyed that episode of From the Helm as much as I did filming it.